Remind me to thank John for a lovely weekend.
Jurassic World Rebirth is now just a little under 6 months away, and there has been a lot of new information coming out surrounding the film. This movie has a brand new rumor, by the way, directly from a social media post liked by an official makeup artist working on the film. It basically describes the movie as being, quote, brutally violent. What's going on, guys? Hope you're all doing well. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about the new info surrounding Jurassic World Rebirth's makeup artist agreeing more or less that the movie is going to be darker than the last few and what that really means in the grand scheme of things. Because I've been hearing things from people where they seem to be under the impression that this movie could actually be rated R. And we already did a whole video on that a few months back. So personally, and I just want to say this because I'm like 95% positive that I'm right, there is absolutely no way Jurassic World Rebirth is going to be rated R. I don't really think I need to dive too far into that info because it seems like common sense. But anyways, when it comes to the rumors of the new movie being brutally violent, well, I wanted to put things into context. Sometimes people say things get misconstrued or even misinterpreted without it really even being their intention, and I think this could be one of those situations. So what actually happened was somebody made a post about Jurassic World Rebirth being brutally violent. Now, as a Jurassic Park fan, you'd kind of assume that this would be a good sign because Jurassic World Dominion was most definitely not. However, this movie's reps have repeatedly stated that they're trying to go back to the tone and feel of the 1993 original, and David Koepp himself has returned to write the new movie. So when they talk about the movie being, quote, brutally violent, I think that could at the very best mean that it's going back to what Jurassic Park and the Lost World were. Maybe even JP3, but I kind of think the whole rated R thing is getting blown way out of proportion. So how does the makeup artist tie into all of this? Well, she actually reposted the original video, and with some dinosaur emojis, she basically said, yup, it's no joke. That's exactly everything we have from this rumor. I know, not exactly that expansive and crazy, but that's the honest truth about what these rumors are originating from, and there's really not anything else to it. So look, guys, I think what this really means for the next movie, if I wanted to really dive into the details about it, because I'll entertain the idea, it's probably just going to be way more grounded than Jurassic World Dominion. I mean, if we're talking about a makeup artist saying this, I want you to put this into perspective. Remember when that cargo plane crashed into the ice in Jurassic World Dominion, and Owen Grady and Kayla Watts somehow exploded the door off of the plane's hinges and jumped out in the freezing cold weather, and there was like virtually no damage done to them whatsoever. No cuts, no bruises. I mean, they didn't even get wet from crashing into the lake. So yeah, not exactly something you'd call Jurassic Park levels of detail, right? But for a makeup artist, especially someone working with Scarlett Johansson and the rest of the crew, I think this new movie will actually have the characters return to that whole you just got hurt kind of feel for a Jurassic movie. In other words, just being a normal movie. Like, compare the plane crash in Jurassic World Dominion with the one from Jurassic Park 3. Everyone that got out of the plane in that film is all cut up and has a ton of bruises and bloody makeup effects all over their faces. And that movie alone was way less grounded than the first two. So think back to The Lost World, and Sarah Harding was cut up considerably when the T-Rexes attacked the trailers and the broken glass shattered. Ian Malcolm was wounded severely in Jurassic Park with a mangled leg. Even Timmy had to wrap his hands after getting 10,000 volts of electricity through his body, so they're probably all burned up and bloody. Little details like that go a long way, and I think this is what we can actually expect from the new movie. Sure, I know there were people getting wounded in the newer trilogy as well, but everything kind of stopped being dark, or at least dark adjacent, after Fallen Kingdom, which I will say at least had the tenacity to wound Claire with a sickle claw through the leg. But does any of this mean the new movie will be rated R? Absolutely not, and I think we need to really reel all of that talk back because I just highly doubt it. But it could also mean that the new film is genuinely darker and more Lost Worldy because of the dinosaurs' carcasses that have been talked about being on set, which is a great thing in my opinion because it goes back to what makes the series feel natural again. You know, when it comes to Jurassic Park and people talking about it being rated R or brutally violent or darker or anything like that, I think you don't even have to like exaggerate or go into like extreme detail when you try to say what you want out of a movie. Look, even though the sequels are kind of hit and miss and people aren't exactly all aligned with which one is the best or which one is the worst, I do think everyone loves Jurassic Park. If you ask anybody what their favorite Jurassic Park movie is, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get someone saying the original from 1993. And the fact that this movie is saying, hey, we're going to be like that, and now we're getting rumors from the makeup artist and everything confirming, yeah, it's going to be brutally violent, I don't think that means it's going to be the craziest thing ever made, but I do think it's very likely this movie is going to go back to what Jurassic Park was in 1993, which is a very good sign. I think this is a great thing for the movie, and I think it's something that we should all be excited to see, because if they lie, well then, wow, we can't trust anything anymore from anybody making any movie, which is, you know, kind of where I'm already at. By the way, I'm doing this video after having postponed my review of Tomb Raider: The Cradle of Life, which I wanted to talk about soon on Dragon Curve, so you can look for that. I really wanted to talk about this because I was like, yeah, I think this quote is getting taken out of context. Speaking of which, guys, in my last video I talked about the whole dinosaur hunting preserve idea from the novel. I think a way for that to genuinely work, and they did say they want to make sequels to Jurassic World Rebirth if it's popular, it could be if someone just found the remains of Jurassic Park Europe, which was never open to the public because, you know, Jurassic Park failed, and secretly they were letting people hunt dinosaurs inside while collecting a big fee from those willing to hunt and kill a T-Rex. Only once the gates get shut behind you, whoever said they had to open them back up again, right? Maybe a mystery involving Scarlett Johansson and even Owen Grady or Ian Malcolm for a sequel to Jurassic World Rebirth. People keep going into this little area and not coming back out, and maybe something crazy is going on. I don't know. It seems like a good way to make a lot of money for the bad guys while also covering their bases in case one of the hunters talks, like where he got that trophy from. It's a bit scary, but hey, I thought I'd just get your thoughts on that. I love talking about like pitches for Jurassic Park sequel ideas. I'd love to talk about what I think Jurassic World Dominion should have been, so maybe I'll do a video on that in the future. Anyways, guys, I really don't think this movie is going to be rated R. I do think we're steering everything back into the direction of the old school movies. Brutally violent could mean great things for the makeup artist, and I think she's probably really excited to share her work because it's just cool. I mean, I would love to see like all the details of people being like chased by dinosaurs and how cut up and crazy they'd be like in the jungle. But yeah, and I think it just lets fans like us really go in fun directions as far as to like what to expect from sequels now that everything's back to the old school days. Hopefully they're telling the truth anyways. But hey, those are all just my own thoughts and opinions on not only this subject matter, but a whole bunch of other Jurassic Park stuff. So hey, whatever your own happen to be, I'd love to hear all about them in the comments down below. Now, before I go, I want to thank everyone that's helped me build my channel over the years. I'd also like to thank every one of you guys who've watched my stuff. You've all been extremely cool to me. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like and hope that you'll consider subscribing. God bless you all. Christ is King. See you guys in the next video. And as always, take it easy.